Hey everyone, today I'm going to explain how Roblox latency, FPS, and physics FPS work, and how you can use them to make your game feel as smooth as possible. Today I'm going to be talking about two tools used for this, Froststrap and Blockstrap. You can find the links in the description below. To start things off, we'll be using Froststrap. First up, we got activity tracking, which allows you to keep track of what you've been doing. Next, there's queue server location and queue server uptime, so you can see where you're being connected and how stable the servers are. After that, we have auto rejoin and playtime counter, which are super useful if you get disconnected or want to track how long you've been playing. Fourth, there's game history where you can easily see your recently played games. Fifth, we've got double click actions and options to disable certain Roblox features. I don't personally use these, but you might find them useful depending on your setup. And finally, the rest of the settings are for Discord rich presence. These let you see what you're playing on Roblox on Discord, and even allows them to join you in-game or in studio. Personally, I keep these settings off. The main three things we're going to be covering today are Bootstrapper settings, fast flag settings, and finally, Roblox settings. Feel free to explore the other settings on your own time. First up in this guide, we're going to go over the Bootstrapper settings. Alright, so let's go through all the Bootstrapper settings and what they do. I'll explain each one in detail so you know exactly what to use. First up, we have instance launching confirmation. Basically, if you accidentally join another game, it will ask you if you want to close your previous game. I keep this enabled just in case. Next, we have Froststrap account permissions. This uses Roblox's API to access your cookie, which can be at a security risk. I do not personally have this enabled. I also recommend to be careful with it. Then there's taskbar icon. This lets you change the classic Roblox icon instead of the new one. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time it does. Then there's uncap FPS. This is something I'll explain in more detail when we go to the Roblox settings later. After that, we have multi-instance launching. This allows you to join multiple accounts at once. I have this enabled, but it can cause some issues, so I generally recommend turning it off unless you really need it. Now, Roblox process priority is very important. Roblox is a CPU and RAM heavy game, so setting it to high can help on higher end systems, basically anything from 2019 onwards. For older systems, I wouldn't recommend it because Windows might push too many resources to Roblox, which can cause micro stutters or even big lag spikes. Memory optimization is where the big part of the performance comes in. I always recommend turning off close Roblox crash handler. Roblox uses that to log crashes and save them as files on your computer at c/users/pc/appdata/local/roblox/logs. Closing it frees up resources to reduce micro stutters and FPS drops. Memory trim is also very important. It trims Roblox's in-game memory to stop bad memory caches, which makes the game more stable and prevents memory leaks. But keep in mind, setting the memory trim interval too low can cause stutters because Roblox keeps cleaning memory consistently. I recommend setting it to 300, though I have mine on 150 since I have a really good RAM and a strong CPU. There's also system memory cleaner, which I do not recommend touching at all. It does clean your system, but I'm not fully aware or sure what it deletes, so I prefer to be safe. Finally, we have Froststrap Cleaner, which removes old Roblox downloads and Froststrap logs. I recommend setting this one to 1 week and checking all the boxes. It helps to free up space, system resources, and keeps everything running smoothly. Next, we have fast flags. Anti-aliasing quality, which is MSAA. Setting this to 1 or 0 causes in-game things to be jagged and rigid. Setting it to a higher quality, like 4 and 8, seems to fix that, but be wary of the performance impact that it does have. Next, we got Pause Voxelizer. This disables in-game baked shadows, which is built into meshes. This can help, but it also can break some games and cause major lighting errors, so I personally have this off. Grey sky is basically the same thing as it sounds. It is a solid grey sky, but do keep a note if a developer has put in a custom sky, it will affect that and not work. Disable grass. This is just disabling the grass inside of Roblox games. So this is Roblox's built grass, not what developers made, Roblox's built-in grass. Mesh details. The way that this works is from a further distance, the quality will be worse, and at a closer distance, the quality will be better. Setting this slider all the way down to performance causes the quality from far out details to be rendered as nothing and close details to be pretty horrible. Now setting it all the way as quality keeps the quality up close really well, and further out it's a bit worse but not horrible. So the way that I do this, I recommend keeping it in around about the middle or just below the middle. This does not affect your game that much, but it still can help with a lot of performance. Preserved rendering quality with display scaling. The way that this works is with your Windows display scaling. So when you have, let's just say for example, 150 scaling on Windows, it will try to render to 150 inside of your Roblox game. I recommend you have this disabled because this is how Windows scaling does it, and you want to keep Roblox's rendering scaling at its normal. Now, the next thing is Vulkan, OpenGL, and DirectX 3D11. Now, DirectX 3D11 is the newest, but there's also Vulkan. Now, what I recommend for most users is to use DirectX 3D11 because it can help in most circumstances and most use cases. Now, for people that want to use Vulkan, just to let you know that this Vulkan is more of a CPU-based game, which is Roblox. But, major but, it also can cause horrible, and I mean horrible, latency and spikes if not done correctly, and also if your Windows and GPU support it. If they do not support it, please just keep DirectX 11. Now, last setting in here is override graphics quality level. The way that this works is that it sets your Roblox in-game quality to what you set. So if I set my in-game quality to 1, I can have my in-game quality at 1. And if I were to press escape and turn up my graphics slider inside the game, the quality won't change, but the level of distance, which is how far you could see in the game, will change. This is useful because I set mine at 17, which is the highest graphical quality with not as much shadows. And then I just put my in-game graphics all the way up. Now, for people on low-end computers, I recommend that you set it to around about level 5. People on medium end, you can set it up to level 10. And then people on high end, put it at 17. You do not need 18, 19, 20, and 21. They are just obsolete. And that is it for the fast flag settings. Finally, we are up to Roblox settings. So there's only 2 settings in here that are beneficial, but there is 2 other settings that I do want to show you. So first, we got frame rate limit. The way that this frame rate limit works is basically the one in game. So when you press escape, you will see choose a frame rate, which goes up to 240. Changing this value to a value like 580, to make the game use 580 FPS if you can reach that. Now, I'll explain how the physics FPS affects this pretty soon, but I'm going to go over the first 2 settings. So the first one that I was talking about, which is the important one, is Vigilante. So this is just the border around Roblox. It has a dark border, which is kind of stupid, and it's an in-game overlay. So it will give you like 1 to 2 FPS, and you won't even realize it, so just turn it off. And then the other 2 settings I was talking about that were not that great, but still good, which is reduced motion. You should have this enabled at all times. It doesn't change the way that the game looks. It just reduces the motion of which people are going, which is helpful with physics and to do with the game in general. And then the next one, which is start Roblox in full screen. I don't have this personally, but this just makes it so when you start up Roblox, it's in full screen immediately. Now going back onto the frame rate in the game. So basically setting it to a value above 240 causes Roblox to have physics FPS drops. So physics FPS is the 60 FPS that you see under the FPS. When you press Shift F5, it shows you your physics FPS and then network. Now, going above 60 physics FPS is not possible, unless you originally had the flag that allowed you to, but that's bad. You do not want this. So it will cause lag and the most horrible things, and you will start jumping around your screen. The reason why I do not recommend uncapping your frame rate, and if you do uncap it, capping it to 580, makes it so the physics FPS, which is 60, doesn't jump. So basically, if you go above 600 FPS, it causes your game to, instead of reading in 10 bytes, it reads in 11, which causes the physics FPS to go higher, which in turn seems good, but in general use cases, it's horrible. It causes so much input delay and spikes, and also causes you to spike around the screen. People will either think you're cheating, and you will just be absolutely laggy to the point of no return. So I honestly just recommend capping it to 580 if you want to. If not, just keep it on the Roblox FPS thing. It does not change too much. But if you are willing to uncap, only go up to 580. Any higher is just breaking the game at that point, because Roblox's engine can't handle it and the physics FPS will be broken. The same settings do apply to Blockstrap, but Blockstrap does have less features. That's it for this guide. I hope you understand more to do with Roblox and the FPS and how it does affect things. I also want to say that if it did help you, dropping a like would be lovely. You don't have to if you don't want to, but all in all, I just wanted to give you a no bullshit guide. Like, that's how this all works, and have a good one. Thanks for watching. Just an editor's note here, Roblox seems to be having horrendous performance issues. I have a link in the description below explaining why. Like, it's just a dev form that tells you why it's doing so horrible. All right, later.